Yo, what up, though? It's your boys, Eric, with my dear friends, Matt and Wes. We are the Melanated Anime Club, and we're here about, relatively on time. If anything, we're known for being late, but this time we're actually an hour early, so shout outs to us.
Improvements, and it helps us daylight savings time, so we got that extra hours.
However, that being said, it being this early, I think it's only appropriate that we start our show with a hashtag group puff. So we did it. All right, man. So on top of everything, yesterday was Halloween. How was y'all's Halloween this year?
It was nice. I didn't really participate, but I was driving around. I got a car I'm using for a little while, and it was nice to see people out and trying to enjoy it. You know, masks everywhere. It was beautiful. It was just enjoyable.
Like they were using like little chutes to give candy to kids. Like that was nice. People had like bags of candy taped to their front yard, which was good for the kids. They're getting out there in these COVID times.
Yeah, it was nice.
I went out. I got invited to watch a movie in a friend's backyard, and we ended up watching Hamilton. So it was Hamilween or some variation of that we were doing, but it was a pretty good night.
It's pretty spooky. They have like a whole musical about rap where they don't have any bass. It's frightening.
Why did you ruin that for me?
You haven't seen the 4-year-old musical Hamilton yet?
Exactly.
No, I saw
you haven't seen it. You haven't listened to the soundtrack. You haven't had just a bunch of improvisers screaming at you out of nowhere.
I did, but it only just dawned on me that there was no bass.
Absolutely zero. They were like, you know what?
There's zero.
We're doing zero subwoofers for this production.
There was
you can't
none.
have any kind of bass in this. That's like one of the things they signed.
Come on,
just
man.
happy treble everywhere. Oh my god.
There's some like pretty deep mids, but there's no bass.
No, there's no deep mid. Stop lying to yourself.
No, there's the gunshot. There's a gunshot sound effect. That's
There's like 3 of them.
Wow. Well, you just saw it last night, so you're. Yeah. I haven't listened to the soundtrack for a good 3-4 years, so I never took the opportunity to see it here when it was in Chicago.
Oh damn, dude! I saw it like 3 times.
I know, but you got like those day of tickets that were great, and like
that was once though. I got one day of, like literally when they first went on sale. Laura got like pre-sale tickets through PH. I think they all had like a group discount that they got.
Yeah.
Like actually, like I could have swore you were there, but like you weren't.
Nah.
Because there was just like a bunch of like random improvisers just scattered around that top balcony.
It was improv day.
No. Like literally, I found out later that someone that works for like the ticket distribution company like had the hookup.
Yeah.
PH. Also, I ended up actually working for that company that like summer before I moved.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up going to see it like 3 times because I ended up getting free tickets from work. And then MVP got a free pass, and I was like, I ain't doing shit during the day, so I'll go do a 1 o'clock showing with you. Hell, I'll pay for your drinks. And then that was the time that since I didn't spend money, I actually had money. And we tried, they had a Hamilton Hennessy cocktail.
What?
And I was just like, look, how many times you go to Broadway and get offered a Hennessy cocktail?
I don't know how I feel about it.
I had to do it.
I'm in the same vein with Wes.
It's mixed.
Yeah, it was mixed. It was a mixed.
I have mixed feelings about
Listen, but it was the I'm not throwing away my shot, and it had like a shot of Hennessy. It was great. It was a good time. It was cheesy. It was stupid, and I just don't think any time again in my life will I ever go to like a Broadway style theatrical musical and then be like, you want some Hennessy? Like, I don't think that'll ever happen again.
Yeah, and it is a great mixer too. Like, but I do feel some type of way that at the first majority POC Broadway critically acclaimed show, that's what they just have.
Hennessy signature cocktail.
Yeah.
It bothers me a little bit. There's reasons for it to bother me a little bit, and
as it should.
You know, I understand, and I know where we're going with this because my introduction to Hennessy, while being a popular fine French liqueur, was not with upper class. So I do understand that.
I met a man who made an overalls out of Crown Royal bags.
That's what's up. Yo, literally the first time I had a shot of Hennessy, I had a friend like gave it to me, and he goes, "This tastes like a blunt. You're gonna love it." And you know what? He wasn't wrong. All right. Well, we lost our 4 viewers.
Let's go. We did. We had 4.
We had 4 at one point.
Oh, damn.
We lost them.
Then we started talking about Hennessy.
Honestly, I feel like we would have got more viewers with Henny Talk, but it turns out people want us to talk about anime.
Yeah. You would think weebs would drink Hennessy.
No, weebs. Listen out there. If you're a weeb, listen, Hennessy, if you're watching or if you're a weeb, go get some Hennessy, try it, get yourself some culture. If you are Hennessy, sponsor us.
Yeah, look at you. Yes.
All right.
I'll talk about Henny all day for the right amount of money.
Yeah, I'll give the right amount of Henny. I'll talk about it.
Again, it's a great base for many cocktails. But
all right,
the base for this show is reviewing chapters that we love, specifically One Piece, which is a doozy this week.
Right.
It definitely had some stuff going on, but you know what? Instead of us talking about it and just like talking about how great it is, why don't we just go into our official One Piece review?
Cool.
Yo, I love that song every time. It has to be the whole song. Like it has to be the full.
If we never see Soy King again, I'm just gonna cry.
Yeah,
that's a travesty. That's a travesty and a waste of good content.
That's like the single biggest I think thing that I want to see in the new world now. I mean, sure, we're gonna see Luffy become Pirate King. Sure, Sanji's gonna swim around in the all blue. Sure, Nami's gonna make the world map and all that stuff. I don't give 2 fucks. I want to see fucking Sogeking come and save someone out of nowhere. Oh, that's my alarm that I normally set to get up for the normal time.
Oh.
So we're here. This is chapter 994. My other name is Yamato. And let's just take a moment and start off with this cover page, right?
Yeah, it's great.
So,
beautiful.
So I enjoyed this cover. This cover story.
I bet you did. You got what you want.
Wait. Hold on a second. You enjoyed the cover story arc or just this one cover story?
I enjoyed the cover story arc.
Okay.
And then we hit week 24.
I was waiting.
Okay.
Now we are.
This went?
One more time?
Do you know how long this went as a cover story arc?
I want to say it was 36 or this might be 37. I don't have the number in front of me. I could pull it up, but I'm screen sharing, so y'all would see me doing that. If one of y'all that's not screen sharing wants to look it up, that could be something.
That's true.
Someone did ask the question.
Someone did indeed ask the question with internet access.
All right. So that being said, I thought that this was a good chapter, and then cool, they found the sister, and that was where it should ended. And then they were like, "Oh, the dad's involved now. Oh, and now there's a wedding." It's too much. It's too much.
Really? Okay.
Don't get me wrong. It may have gone on 5 chapters too long.
No. This is one of those meetings that could have been done in an email. This could have been a lot shorter. What is this chapter? What is the other than this is the finale? What purpose does it serve?
They separated, right? Is that what we're seeing, or is the Navy still chasing them?
They separated. Is the Navy chasing them?
They're getting away.
Are they chasing the Navy?
No. Why would they chase the Navy?
Well,
they don't know what their ship is. They don't know what's going. What ship are they using now?
Oh, that's right. They did lose their ship.
Mm-hmm.
That could be that. Who the fuck are they on the Navy ship? And Beiji's in love with something that they're about to go. Is that an island in the distance? Who the fuck knows?
But you know what I do see there? I see the word Finn, and I'm sure you're happy about that.
Yep.
Finn, fishman. It could be a fisherman's fin. It could be a number of things.
No.
It's where it says final volume.
You got what you wanted.
No.
You watched final volume. That's why I'm okay.
Be happy about this. You wanted it.
I do, and I'm just the possibilities of what the next cover story arc could be is just
true.
Hellback.
Revelries, revelries, the thing that's happening that we talked about, even went to for a moment, and then just oh yeah, by the way, this dude's the traitor. That's we forgot about the Revelry revisit that they did because literally the next chapter they revealed the traitor. It's been a wild ride. None of that has to do with this, but I am excited. Let's get into the chapter.
Wow. A little quick sidebar, chapter wise. This one was 37. Pales in comparison to Stories of the Self-Proclaimed Straw Hat Fleet, as well as the favorite Caribou in the New World. Which is 46.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is Caribou really that long?
It
46
was.
chapters, dude.
It was.
I know that the Grand Fleet was a long arc, but there was a bunch of stuff going on, so it wasn't just why are we still here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was very fun because it was ooh, what's I forget what
I didn't realize
what dude's name is, but
you can break them down into sub arcs.
Right.
Okay.
This one you can't. I guess you can. It's they find the sister, the dad shows up, they're married.
Yeah.
We're still here. There's a second wedding.
It's just one big quest to find Lola.
Yeah. All right, so back to the chapter.
Right.
So we just open up with motherfucking full-on dragon Kaido. Just the aftermath of Kikunojo's arm and shit just being chopped off.
Yeah.
You just kind of see Kaido's just whatever. It's just aftermath. People are freaking out. They're what's happening? What's going on? And then, you just kind of see all of the what are they? Sicilian and I forget his name.
Shishleon.
Yeah, and the BB, the gorilla. That's not the gorilla. But anyway, they're the Musketeers. There they are, the Musketeers.
Right.
And they're get away from the roof because Dogstorm, Inurashi's yo, we're about to come up here and just kind of take care of this now. Everyone that's not one of us, one of the scabbards, better get the fuck out of here.
All non-essential personnel, please leave the area.
Yeah. And then we just come over here and we just see Izo's fucking binding that wound. Fucking Kinemon with his fire sword. He sets it on fire to cut something. You think he's about to attack Kaido again or nothing. But no, he slides it over and cauterizes the wound. And they're you just see that you just see it. You just see it. It's animated so well. And then Kinemon immediately is like, "Can you stand?" And of course, Kikunoju is like one of the first of what I'm assuming is to be many badass samurai moments here. Is she's just like, of course, like it's nothing.
Yep.
Just gets right back up.
Yeah, like immediately just gets back up.
Like, but then also
grabs the sword with the other hand. Like, so then we cut over here. Kaido's over here laughing, because that's his laugh. If you don't remember,
yeah,
he's just like, that's it. That's that sense of determination. You're reminding me more and more of Oda, and he's just like, I don't know. I really love Kaido because he's like that. He's like that Brock Lesnar style, like monster heel. Like,
oh yeah,
like he'll take a hit and something will hurt him, and he'll go down for a second. But when he comes up, he's just like, yeah, that's that good shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he's like, I want more, give me more.
Give me that. Yeah.
Like that was almost it. That was almost it. Like, that's why I'm loving Kaido right now. Like, he was really weird, but now that we're seeing him in this battle, I'm really loving his personality more and more.
Kaido's about to take him to Suplex City.
Hell yeah.
Nice one.
Mm-hmm. So now he's like in the middle of this fight. He's just cutting this promo. I was like, I love that. I love the way of the samurai. You know, Roger, Whitebeard, they knew how to do it. And then the other, you know, you see, like,
while he's doing this, he's transforming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so badass.
And then it's just like, you know, all of the samurai are just like wheezing and catching their breath. And it's just like everything's changing. And then Kaido's just like talking. He's like, you know, your life is great and everything, but death is what completes a person. Ain't that true? Let's end this now. And again, this is like, another just like Kinemon as the guy you met at the beginning of just like a walking fart, like literally just like a walking fart. Like that was his butt and stuff. Like he was when they first met Kinemon, he was in 4 pieces from Law on Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
Literally
the characterize him as a walking fart is just.
That was literally how he was introduced.
Still.
In the anime, at least. In the anime, he's literally just like a disembodied like butt with legs.
Yeah.
And he gets found because he's a walking fart. Like that's what.
It's been a while. That's just.
So like you see him like truly be like one of the most badass like warriors in the whole like series, right?
Yeah, that's a come up. Don't be conceited, Kaido. There's no glory in losing to you. Like they are so determined.
And it's just like, no, we're okay with death. They've been asking for death the whole time, but they don't want to lose to you.
Yeah,
not at all.
They want you to die with them. Okay. So now we cut back and they give you this great, like, cool. We started off, I think, like in this area last
B1. Week. We were at B1.
We were at B1 last, so now they're coming up more.
Yep. And I still think it's going to be 1 level each week until we get to 1,000. When 1,000 is going to be, because 1,000 he'll be on top.
Think so?
Yeah, I think Luffy will reach the top.
No, I think the end of 999 is him reaching the top, and then 1,000 is the big. It starts.
Oh, okay.
The fan gets hit. The shit hits.
999 is the end of the arc. 1,000 is the beginning of the new one. I like that.
Yeah, that's my theory. I don't know Oda personally. I have no idea. All right, so we cut back up here to the 4-1. Everyone's like screaming, "Oh shit! It's Straw Hat and Jinbei. Watch out, they're tough." And then like Sanji's like, "Why do they say Blackleg?"
Right? He's always jealous. He's always jealous. I love it.
Yeah, and it's like, they're just kind of moving and trying to get there to take out Kaido and stuff. And it's like, it's hilarious because you are absolutely right. Like, and it makes sense that they'd be like, "Oh, Jinbei is a former warlord, a former like big mom thing."
Mm-hmm. He's a former pirate, Shikubukai, and then he was under liege of Big Mom. Everyone's gonna know him.
Yeah, like, and Sanji's just like the chef. Like, he's dope. Don't get me wrong, but he's literally like, his power of being invisible is like his thing right now. Like, what?
Yep. Not even using it.
All right. So, okay. And then over there, we see like a bunch of people come out. All right, you guys are pathetic. It's Fortrix and Hamlet, and we can't slow these guys down, sirs. Now, I just before we switch over here, I just want to give you a heads up that in the history of anime, all anime since like the 30s, right? In the history of anime, anything that I've seen in my entire lifetime. Mind you, there was a phase where I really wasn't into anime for about 7 years, but there has to be the absolute worst character design, the most unfortunate character I've ever seen. I've never felt sorry for an anime character or a manga character based purely on how they look, even knowing they're a bad guy. Just based on this, it is the absolute worst. I just want to give you a heads up now. So let me switch over. We cut to Hamlet and Fortrix. Hamlet's kind of dope, a little silly. It's a giraffe, and then he is popping out of the giraffe's head.
Yeah,
whole body. Makes sense. It's
silly. It's unfortunate. It's silly, but
this is what happens when you take man-made smiles, like man-made devil fruits.
It can happen weird.
Mind you, these folks are headliners, right?
Yeah,
these are headliners, so
they got to be strong.
This guy on the giraffe, he's got some kind of two-sword style, and you missed this the first time. It took me to look back. Wait, what the fuck did I just see? It took me to do that and come back to it to realize this. But Fortrix is a man whose face is coming out of a chicken's asshole.
Exactly.
Like there's a chicken's butthole.
Yeah,
and there's his face right here.
I can't.
And he's like holding a weapon, but there's like a full ass chicken, normally in a headliner, it's like a full body person with like an animal or animal parts coming out of it. This is the first time I've ever really seen primarily an animal with just like one human body part coming out of it. I guess two, because his arms are coming out too.
The arms and the head.
But that's the least amount of human I've seen in a smile user so far. And his face is a chicken's butthole.
And then they're immediately taken off the board.
Yeah, it's great. It's great because they're like, quit growing like that. Like that's it.
Like that's it. Just stop growing like that. It's just
like that's the thing is they're just like, you guys are gross, and it's just really, it's funny because you can kind of just see them like flying off in the distance.
And they say Buckaw and Raph. Why does a giraffe say Raph?
Raph.
Because you don't know what a giraffe says.
Well, I think it's because the chicken has its own face still, right? So the chicken can make chicken noises on its own, but the giraffe doesn't have its own mouth. So maybe it's just the guy being like, "Oh man, what would giraffe?" I imagine a giraffe would say "Raph."
That's a good point because, oh man, where is the sound coming out?
Don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
Too late.
All right, so everyone's like freaking out because Sir Hamlet and Sir Fortrix is down. All dumb, all very dumb, but all good time. So
okay, it was the front end because it says Buckaw twice.
Okay. Yeah, Buckaw.
Yep. Got him. Does the other one say Raph? No, its butt says Eek. So, okay, so now we get back to the performance floor where Queen had done all that shit earlier, and now people are changing. Like his own folks, our folks, you and yo folks, the medics on the side, the innocent bystanders, the journalists, the reporters on the field, everybody's just catching this fucking ice demon thing.
Referees.
So it's spreading through. You're seeing it catch. Everyone's laughing. They're like, "Why'd you do this to us?" We're like your servants, dude. We're on your team. And he's like, "I don't care, pleasures. All you do is laugh anyway. Maybe now you'll be useful." Like Queen is just like fuck up. It's the worst.
He's maniacal.
Queen's pretty egomaniacal for sure. And then everything's kind of like spreading. People are getting attacked and getting hurt. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Is this samurai dude right here looks a lot like Frankie, but its legs aren't right? So is this just another samurai, or is this Frankie?
That's
another samurai.
Right.
Okay, but you see what I'm talking about, right? Like some Frankieism there.
But cool. Everyone just top knot. Everyone gets top knots.
I guess that's true. Mm-hmm. There's really more the color pattern. I was saying, but it's cool. So they're like, don't use the weapons. This is a plague that's going on. What did I just do? What just happened here? Hold on. I lost my full screen.
But then, okay. Oh, okay.
Boom. Okay, here we go.
It looks like it goes from that, and then it switches over to the samurai who are all circled up, and they're like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
We're all getting attacked. Circle up. Everyone is friendly. The Oni, which are being created, are attacking everyone. Like, you even get the woman who has the Bangang, not the Bayang, the Bangang.
The shamisen?
What?
The shamisen?
That's it. Yeah. I need to know what that actually is, so I don't say Bayang. But she's shooting the gun, and like they're always like, "Cool, we're defending ourselves." And you get the boss hero, and it's like, "Nope, I'm ready to seppuku, dude."
Mm-mm.
And he's like, "Nah, hold off."
Yeah.
he's been the like through line of like this is what's going to happen. So like because like he previously has stated like I think like he's called Luffy the Monkey King with that old name before, and then previously he's been talking to the samurais like he's been like stating the facts of like as things go along that progress it. So I think he's saying that yes, this is going to happen, which we all know, and that's what happens gets described in the next couple frames where Chopper's starting to describe stuff.
Cool. Yeah, let me get this going back here. Boom. And damn, I don't know how I lost full screen, and I don't know how to get these bars to go away because
oh no,
I'm the granddad now. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, you need to go full screen.
I have full screen. That's why it's like.
why double click?
It just makes it move, dog.
Damn.
All right.
What about those little 3 dots? Because you know what? Let me do this.
Nope. So many spoilers.
There we go.
How about me?
I had to refresh it.
Okay.
All right,
There
cool.
we go.
So we're back here.
Okay, we're back.
So
All right.
Hyogoro's like, yo, don't do that. Don't be rash. Okay, so it's just like they're coming through, and just there's another member is like, hey, stop, we joined this pirate crew because like literally a brother is attacking his brother because he's a uncontrollable ice thing, and he's like, Queen, how can you do this? Like this is too fucked up. Like we can't handle this.
Right.
And like the thing is like, all right, Dr. Chopper's like, yo, I can't like whip up an antidote and give it to everybody in the middle of battle. This is impossible. And then Brooke's like, what? So what are you going to do? But then Chopper's like, unlike then, the mastermind behind the virus is here and using like just basic, hey, the poisoner's here. There's a good chance that guy has the antivirus or the antibodies on him. So if we can go there, then he can replicate it and make it. And this is dope because Brooke is like, and it better be a lead performer. He's like, yeah, yo, I'm excited about all of that. Because, Brooke has proven that he is good at stealing from Yonko.
Yep.
So, dope. So, we'll go back to Chopper. And again, this is in the middle of a battle where friends are turning on foes and turning into literal ice demons. Dr. Chopper, and they don't really like touch on this, but one of the reasons Dr. Chopper was one of my original like favorites, why I liked him so much, is because he had brain point and he could do this, but they always made it a bigger deal earlier where it was like brain point and it would like target, and that's how he would analyze and do stuff. They don't have him going through his points as much of a big deal as it was originally, but like he still has those skill sets. And on top of that, he's able to use the skills from different points together now. It's like a real subtle way because they really haven't gone into how, like they've showed that they've powered up, like all of the Straw Hats have powered up,
exactly,
but not really gotten into any of them yet, except for maybe Luffy.
And that was always after eating a Rumble Bowl too.
Right, exactly. So like when I see this, to me, this is like a throwback of why I love Dr. Chopper as a combatant in combat. Sure, he's not like a fighter per se, but like I said, he has the moment to like assess this whole situation while all this shit's going down, and he's still like helpful. Like that's dope. That's why I stand Dr. Chopper.
This is a dope. That I like this. This is a dope little call out, Z.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like this is like clearly my favorite character in One Piece.
No, because like remember how like he took the ball before when he was fighting Big Mom, because that would give him 3 minutes in Monster Point.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was what, like 60 seconds or something?
Exactly.
Right. And he still needed the balls in order to get into Brain Point. Now he just uses it. And it's like the 60 was it 60? However long like the 3 minutes. The 3 minutes is indicative of what he needs the monster ball to like stay in that point. But I think it's also indicative of like how he's able to use all of them at the same time.
Well, that was like one of the things too, is because if you remember, back then he had to take 3 Rumble Balls to get to Monster Point. He couldn't control himself. Now he just needs 1 Rumble Ball and he's in full control.
Yeah, and it's 3 minutes too.
So I would still argue that there may be like a future power up of Chopper where he's in Monster Point and then pops 2 more Rumble Balls.
Oh shit!
Like I'm accused. Like it would definitely be like the energy steroids where like part of his life or something gets like gone. There has to be some kind of trade off for that.
Yeah,
but I mean it's a possibility. Again, I've always held since we've found Dr. Chopper and the Rumble Ball. What happens if Luffy eats a Rumble Ball?
I don't see that.
I've always wondered that. Always wondered that. All right, so let's kind of keep going here.
Yeah.
All right, so they're talking about this effect, and he's like, I'm not really worried about like what's going on here. He's worried about like the after effects. Like again, just further into Dr. Chopper, he's like, all right, it's increasing their ferocity and muscle mass while freezing their skin. Your body can't handle that stress, so we have to like. It's just like this is how you handle a pandemic. You know what I mean?
You went there. You just went there.
Dr. Chopper went there.
No, you did.
All I'm saying is like was going, made it happen, getting the results, looking for cures, making it happen. Okay, so what are we gonna do with the zombies? Zoro's just like, what do we do? Like, we can kill them? Like, what do we gotta do? And then it's like Nico Robin's like, if we just abandon the infected, then they'll all die. And then that's like when Queen comes in, because Queen is hearing all of this.
Oh god.
Queen is hearing all of this, and Queen's like, yeah, they'll die. If you get infected, you'll be an hour at best. You've been turning into an Oni? Oh, your friend, your boss, your sword, your subordinate? He just doesn't give a shit. Like this might be the strongest and like the mightiest and strongest that they've ever been in their lives. Make sure you hug them one last time before you go. Catch the fever. Like it's like reading the official translation like this. It makes that even dirtier.
This is the best promo cut I've seen in a manga. Like, wow.
I don't know, man. This is definitely a chapter of the heel promo for sure.
Oh yeah.
So just like then you hear like Scratch Man and Pooh, like he's just like, oh man, this is fucked up. I'm getting out of here.
Right.
You know, and you can tell he's gonna escape. Like it's not like I'm in this. He's like just trying to run. And soon as Queen checks this and like notices it, yay, a Pooh. And he makes the best thing about Queen is he's making a show of all this, so everyone knows everything is going on. And he like throws him the antidote.
The only antibodies in the world. Dang.
And this is what he says to Apu, because Apu's in a fucked up place. So Queen says, if they take it from you, I'll slaughter you myself. So even if he like it's gonna be ice Oni'd and still get killed by Queen. Like there's
also,
no way of this. But this is where the best part is. Because and again, with the translation, this it's even sweeter. So this is what I think we're ready to start. Queen presents game night. Like this is a fucking game show where like
you gotta give me it.
It is like you gotta give him a fighting chance or it ain't no game. Killing, betrayal, no rules whatsoever. And then everyone's like, antidote. Let's play some freeze tag. And then Scratch Man and Pooh's like, God damn it.
I love that translation.
That's so good, yeah.
Zolo grabbed that from him, and then he is the fastest one right there. There currently.
Mm-hmm. So Zoro's just like after it. So like now the enemies that aren't there are like going after it, and so they're like get it, and then
the Oni.
Like, wait, what's up?
No, I was gonna say like the samurai, the Kaido samurai are after it too.
Yeah, it's like the one dude from Kaido Samurai group is like, no, don't let them recover it. So like that dude who we saw earlier struggling to deal with it is like, no, I'd rather die this icy death.
And everyone that they've been fighting already, the pleasures are like, oh, let's get it from them too. But then there's 4 factions.
It's great. And like 3 factions are loosely affiliated, or 2 factions are loosely affiliated. The other 2 are pretty tightly affiliated. It's very interesting. So now we have Scratch Man and Pooh. He's running, and we have like literally like a guy with a gun. We got Zoro. We got another dude kicking off ice zombies.
Yep.
And Scratch Man and Pooh's like, what are you thinking, Queen? This is insane. And Queen's like, if you can keep away for an hour, you win. Pooh, they'll all be dead. So Scratch Man just has to live for an hour, not get touched.
And again,
that was a long time.
But then they say, steal, kill, do whatever it takes.
Jeez.
So we get away from that chaos, and now we cut to fucking. I'm not entirely sure where we are. I feel like we're in the underground of something in the tunnel. It's Momo escaping. It's Momo and Yamato escaping.
Yeah.
Right? So they're in the brain tower. Duh. The brain tower, guys. Don't you know the brain tower?
It says right there, right? Mm-hmm. Brain tower inside the dome. What?
Yep.
Okay.
I forgot about the brain tower, guys. So they're like saying, "Do you
the West? Does that earn a
Okay.
I think.
But for real though, has there ever been a mention of brain power before this?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure. All right. So anyway, it's Sakazaki and his people that are chasing and trying to kill our homie young Momo, and Yamato's now there and getting in the way between them actually attacking him, and he's like, "Who are you?" Because he's been saying, "I am Odin. I am Odin."
Right.
And
Which
so
is weird.
like, hey, all we have to do is kill that boy and we're done.
Mm-hmm.
And Shinobu's like, hey, I don't know who you are, but if you're on our side, please save Lord Momonosuke. And then this is pretty awesome because we get some backstory. And I love me.
Yeah.
So Yamato's like, hey, I'll save you too, Shinobu. I saw you 20 years ago at the execution of Kazuki Odin.
Then we get a young Yamato right there in the little corner.
In the little mask. Now this makes me want to go back to the flashback.
Same.
All right, so you see like their face, like what, huh? And you see like young Shinobu, who big like, tell me again who you're calling a fool of a lord, like her big passionate moment, and like Yamato was like, those words brought tears to my eyes. The life of Kazuki Odin brought tears to my eyes, and essentially we find that it was that moment that really kind of ingrained in her, or Yamato, they would be Odin. So cool. All of that happens. They like some giant explosion. Yamato fucking takes it like a champ. Ah, not this shit again. Come on, man.
Just refresh.
I did. I just got to get back over there. All right, cool. So boom, explosion happens. She's taking it all, right? So everyone's like, what's happening? And then like that explosion happens. She just fucking tanks that explosion and just keeps explaining her story. So Momonosuke, on that day I ran to Curry to save your life. And then he's like, what? How are you fine? And you know what? Honestly, I had the same exact question when I first read it. It was just like, wait, you ran into the burning building? And he's like, how are you okay? And it's like, wait, same. And he goes, but I'm sorry. All I could do was watch as Kaido dangled you over the edge. And then Sasuke is even like, wait, what? But then you see her, you see Yamato swing up.
You heard that.
And then back then I didn't have the strength. And again, this is that thing where when they say the name of the move, it's going to be good. But when they don't say the name of it and they just attack, it hits harder, right? Like that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you see this happy-go-lucky, goofy-looking fuck. And then he just gets
it just sounds so good.
Yeah, he's like, what? And it's just like, bam! We just see him get knocked out. Sasaki's like, what? And then Momo is like, who are you? And then they go, I used your father's name earlier, but my other name is Yamato, and I would die for you. Bang.
End of chapter.
Yeah, but just that sound is that the bang at the end. That is the
club.
Shamisen. There we go. The biwa, whatever. I don't know what size they're using, but that's the sound. And it usually that bang sound has been one of the transitions into the next acts. But on the flip side, that bang sound, especially with that size, has been tied to Black Maria a couple chapters earlier. So literally anything can happen. I love the subtle foreshadowing. Another just like, honestly, I don't think in the last like 15 chapters, honestly, I don't think since we've gotten back from the Odin flashback, there's been a bad chapter.
No.
It's all just been like
story. Like I've enjoyed all of it. Like I'm loving all the backstory we're getting. We're getting to see the progression of all of our Straw Hats coming together. I'm just like, it's great content. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So the flashback that we saw with the blonde hair, that was Shinobu. Y'all might have known that, but I'm reviewing myself. Reviewing. I'm not seeing if Yamato's there, I think their face is covered up by like a screen of like a word bubble.
Gotcha. That actually would be a good. That sounds like an Oda move.
But just based off of like what we were shown in the flashback today, and potentially seeing the exact same thing, you see the person just to the right of Yamato, and the place that Yamato would have been in the flashback that during Odin's flashback is covered with a word bubble.
Oh, okay.
But I'm double checking because there's two chapters it could be happening. 971 and 972. And by the looks of it, they are making it so that Yamato is just a part of the large crowd, unless it's like what I mentioned about 971, where Yamato would be covered up with the word bubble.
Well, they were wearing a little mask, a little Oni mask too, so I don't know if that affects anything.
1 hour throws them off. They run. Running, and then he's dead. Bang, dang, dang, ding, ding, ding. Yep, nope, not showing. So, I'm gonna go with Odin used the same person, but I can't really confirm. 971. It's in that chapter. Go look for yourself. I myself am ready for My Hero. But if you want to decompress more about that, I totally get it, because that's a lot to go through, and we have 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're off next week.
Yep. So,
and all off next week? Off next week then?
I don't think. Nope, just One Piece.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, shit. Cool. Well, that was our One Piece chapter review.
Yep. Isn't there an ending song too?
No.
Oh.
No. All right. Well, what do you guys? What else you guys got going on? You back on that Nuzlocke?
Yeah, I'm still working my way through Pokemon Soul Silver, doing a Nuzlocke. I have lost a few. I ended up catching the Red Gyarados, if anybody remembers that one. But I lost it when it died in a trainer battle a couple days ago, and it's okay. I'm gonna recover. I've gotten 7 badges so far, and I'm like doing some grinding right now before I go over that last gym badge, because I know everyone in my team right now is integral, and I just can't lose them anymore. So
okay,
I'm gonna over level because that's the only safe play.
That's fair.
That makes sense. Red Gyarados, wasn't that generally blue?
Yeah. Well, in Gold and Silver, there was an event happens in the game where like Team Rocket's putting out these radio waves to like make Magikarp evolve, and one of them was a shiny, so that's how you get the Red Gyarados, and like it's an in-game kind of boss that you have the option to catch, and it's really strong. But I messed up and it died on me, so I can't use it anymore.
That's the breaks.
Shit happens, man. That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing through Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, so I'm now in the Shippuden storyline.
Got that growth spurt.
Yeah, it was weird. It's all weird. Like, there's 2 time skips in the Naruto story?
No.
Because that's a time skip, and then Boruto is a time skip, yeah?
Well, yeah. Another series.
Just like things go off. I mean, Shippuden was another series, then if you're going by that.
But there was no break between Naruto.
Was there like a month or so? No? Okay.
There was a year, I thought.
Was there?
Anime-wise, there was a year of filler. Okay. Anime-wise, there was a year of filler.
Oh, but yeah, a year of filler, for the anime.
Yeah. In Naruto, I don't think there was a break of like
between
Naruto Shippuden.
Okay. Yeah, so I've gotten so far in there where so you go like we've gone in, you meet like Sai just like attacks you out of nowhere. You fight Sai, he's like, you're weak as fuck. And he's like, who are you? He's like, you'll find out soon enough. And then he goes in. Yeah. Then he finds out that like, oh, Sai and Yamato are his new people. I was like, what the fuck? Why is Kakashi gone? Like, Kakashi's our dude. And he's like, well, she's like, hey, just like, this is what we're doing right now. Just like, trust us and follow this. And, they're doing the thing, and they found a way to get Sasuke. And they go through like Orochi's lair, and they fight against like fuzzy shark sword dude. He's got a fuzzy shark sword. He looks
the guy who stole the one of the seven swords of the Mist from the very first guy who had it, the very first person that Naruto fought. I forget his name.
Zabuza.
Thank you. And Samihara is the sword.
Okay. And then there's like
no, you get that next time.
It's kind of like the pretty boy guy that has like the mouth on his hand.
Data.
And he makes like clay stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it did a pretty solid. Actually, there's a really fun moment where he attacks the Sand Village, and you as Kazekage Gara fight him before you. I mean, you beat him in the fight.
Yeah.
Instead of it being text, it's like you lost and got abducted. It shows you what happens, which is better than that shitty text. So already a win. Naruto Ultimate Storm 2 over 1. At least on that front. Some of the exploration stuff isn't as fun, but that's neither here nor there. But so I got to that point. And then we teamed up with Team Guy, and then we went to Orochimaru's lair, broke the seals, went in, did all the bullshit that you had to go through, found Sasuke, and the whole time they're like, "We told you he doesn't want to come join you guys. He doesn't want to go back to you." And Sai's like, "I betrayed you guys, but I want to see what a bond looks like."
Yeah, because Sai's never had bonds.
Yeah, and it's just like. I mean, it's kind of like
a rough time.
No, I get it, man. Like, it's just kind of weird because, like, it's like, is this like autistic representation or is this like?
Yeah,
you could interpret it that way, but
I haven't gone into it like further into it enough to know if that's like a character because that's like a thing.
You want a little side backstory?
No, I'll probably get it as I keep playing.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I'm like in unlock stuff and you like. If you like the way they do actually the boss battles in this game are a lot of fun. It's weird. So in the first Ultimate Storm, like when you hit like your ultimate jutsu, there's like some kind of like button press combo you have to do. And if you can hit the button press combo faster than the other person, you can block their like ultimate jutsu. This doesn't have that. Like once you hit it, it just kind of goes into it. And I'm pretty sure it comes back in later games. Right? No?
Not really, no.
Okay, because it's like it was super dope because it's like you get your ultimate jutsu on you, and then it's like a little like bar, and it's like X, circle, square, square. And like what it did to me is it made it like when they were like in the early Naruto when like the hand stuff was like really like important, they really focused on that. It felt like you were doing that. Like you had to hit the button combination right, and you had to do it faster than the other person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like if you fucked up, it had that vibe. You know what I mean?
Nice.
If you messed up and you didn't hit it, like you your move missed or something, and it made that part feel good, but it doesn't have that anymore. So now someone just hits you their ultimate jutsu.
Yeah, they want to make it a little easier.
You're just getting spammed, with it.
You can spam with it, or you can if you can do a quick dodge. That's the only way.
Yeah, like I don't know why anyone would want to play these games as like my friend's here, we're gonna play a fighting game. Like I don't know why anyone would ever play these games as that. But it is a big selling point, like in this version of the game.
Of the paired doing it? That's
just like unlock stuff so you can play and fight in battle mode with your friends. And it's like because I was looking at the achievements because I'm on a thing like I can maybe plat this, but it's like go online and win on tournament mode and online mode.
Oh no, I don't do that.
I'm not doing any of that.
There are people that play this game way too much.
Yeah, so I got to the point with the big boss battle against Sasuke, and the way they did that fight was so dope because it's like you're Shippuden, your current level fighting, but as you fight, it goes into flashbacks of the final fight from Naruto. So so it cuts back to him being like in the nine-tailed fox and like him being cursed, and like will shift back and forth between the two. It was actually really confusing the first time because their moveset is different. So I'm like, the combo got broken. Like, what the fuck is happening?
That happens again in another game.
Yeah.
But it's still expertly done.
It's still done real well. And then it's done at that part where the fight is happening, but then it switches to the cutscenes and like those. I'm usually not a fan of like QTEs in games because you're so focused on them. Quick time events. So it's like push X real quick, X circle circle. Like I'm not a fan of those because you're so focused on that you can't really see what's going on. The way they do it in this game, it's like it's so big and broad that you have to watch the whole screen to see what's pop up. So like while you are focused on your QTEs, you can still see what's happening. And like I played like a lot of Shenmues, like a lot of games that require that in the first place, and it's very much like I'm missing out on like what's actually happening in this race because I'm just like X, B, X, you know what I mean, to make sure I hit the thing at the right time. But for this, you can see like, they're like climbing up and doing like a giant dive, and then like it's done in a scale and epicness that's like really well done.
Hey, once you get to 3 and 4, like it gets even better.
Yeah,
like, especially with the big boss fights. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Dope. But yeah, so I got to that point where they got Sasuke, and then it's like you go back to the village, and then like I've been doing like grinding. So like the video game sub story is that there's some like cursed dolls that have been like found, and it's like there's evil clones of people, and you have to fight them to unlock the dolls, and then like by unlocking the dolls and giving it to the doll vendor guy, who's probably a bad guy. Like there's no way he's not. But like by the time you do all of that, you should be getting something. So it's like you get a series of unlocks by giving them dolls. So I've been doing a lot of like, it's not like level grinding because there's no like levels, and it's all just
abilities.
No, not even. It's all just.
It's just like filler in the game.
It's just like double tap X. Like the gameplay all double comes down to this: double tap X to charge up your chakras. Triangle, circle, circle, triangle, circle, circle. X to dodge every now and then. But pretty much I'm just tapping triangle, circle, 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 or trying to get away so I can charge my chakra back up. Not fun. It's not as a guy who likes fighting games, that part is not fun. But the spectacle of everything is pretty great.
Dope.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just like being able to like play as Itachi and throw the moon at someone just because.
Yeah. I want to get there. I haven't got to that point yet, but I'm gonna
throw the moon at someone.
It's with
Oh, Tsukimi.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Cool. Is there anything else we got to go over? I know Matt's got a heart out today.
No, I think that's a good wrap.
All right. Recommendations then? Let's fucking hit it.
I am currently trying to watch. I believe it's Gods of Zeus.
Blood of Zeus.
Thank you.
On Netflix, yeah.
Yeah. Watched one last night. Not sold on it. Gonna give it one more. I don't think it's an anime. It is anime-like.
It calls itself a Netflix anime, so that's how you know it's not an anime.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true. And it's a type of anime that is gratuitous violence.
Which is a genre of anime.
It is a genre. That might be throwing me off, but yeah. Gratuitous. It's the type of violence that would make someone who lives in Nebraska talk about Chicago gun violence.
Okay.
But while ignoring the type of violence in their own house?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like
it's a lot of violence. It's a lot. But I'll give it another shot. But then yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten anything new lately. I've just been playing Pokemon all week. And preparing for a rivalry battle with one of my best friends. We've had like a Pokemon rivalry that spanned like over 10 years. So I'm restarting one of my cartridges to play a whole new game just to like battle him every couple of badges just to see who's better.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll happen sometime next couple of weeks. But other than that, like I've just been on a Pokemon binge. So
right.
Is that a
quick question?
Well?
Yeah.
It is?
No, what'd you say? I can't hear.
That challenge to your friend, is that also a Nuzlocke challenge?
No. Okay. I don't think so. That's
you can get the best Pokemon and grind and then whoop the other person.
Yeah.
Right, cool. And my question is, are you Ash or you Gary? Who's the Ash in this rivalry?
Who's Gary?
There's been some back and forth, but I'm usually the Ash.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get my stuff.
So he's technically the better trainer, but you're the one that beats him every time. I feel that.
Oh, okay. I get what's going on. Cool.
Yeah.
You never played Pokemon, huh?
No, I only watched the TV show occasionally when I was bored.
You would still know who Ash and Gary are.
That's what I'm remembering. Like, who's Gary? Is Gary the dude who was like always hitting on the same woman at every single town?
That's Brock. Okay, that's Brock.
Okay.
Just stop. You know what, Matt?
You deserve that.
But
Maybe.
I will do like a character appreciation for Brock on a later show if you would like that.
No,
I'll go into that.
Brock
Brock has his faults for sure.
No, yeah.
But Brock was the realest one in that group.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So just to say, like, I don't know who the hell Gary is.
I'm not going to say that's fine. I was going to say that's fine, but I'm not going to say it's fine. I accept it. It's not fine.
Gary is Professor Oak's grandson. Do your own research. Okay.
That little kid?
So Ash was a little kid. He's about the same age as Ash because they're rivals. Because in context clues, how could you not pick that up yet? But hey.
Okay, Mom.
All right. So for my reviews, or for my recommendations, it's been pretty chill. Like, I honestly haven't been doing too much either, like most of y'all this week. Yeah, honestly, I recommend like if you've already voted, if you haven't voted, what I really recommend is just like on Tuesday of like turning off your TV, turning off like your social medias and stuff, and just like going and hanging out with a friend if you have friends that are in your bubble that you feel comfortable doing that with. If you don't, there's a new Jackbox games that dropped a week ago. Meet up with some friends online and do that. Just avoid politics, avoid election stuff until like Thursday, and I bet you it'll help you relieve stress and shit.
Solid advice.
All right, Matt, you're about to die. What's happening?
Yeah, what did you do?
I just realized that Gary was in the second episode, and I didn't remember him. I legit don't remember this guy.
It's not an episode until we get like 3 of those.
Damn.
Oh god. Yeah, I remember Professor Oak, Ash, like no Gary. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's just like dying on how much he forgot Gary. Like
I am.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? This isn't necessarily a recommendation. It's more of like a teaser or a plug. So me and some friends, Kenny the Bearded and my dear friend Jordan Matthews, he officiated, our wedding. We kind of challenged each other to do a 20-minute solo show each. So we picked a date. It looks like we're going to be doing December 13th. So we're giving ourselves a little bit of time here. The 13th, it'll be a Sunday. We're giving ourselves it's gonna be an hour long. Each of us it's gonna be 3 20-minute solo shows, all through the digital medium of this. Catch it at the Smokeout YouTube for sure. And I can't speak on what the other 2 solo shows that they're working on is for them, but I can tell you now, I've had a concept I've been working on for years. I wanted to do it bigger, and I'm making it a solo show, so maybe I'll expand on it later. But I can say with certainty, officially, John Cena the musical.
I knew it.
Will be coming December 13th, and I'll be doing that. It's exciting. I've been doing my research. Part of our thing that we're doing is today, when we meet up this evening, we're going to be changing outlines for our things. I got some tracks set up. I will be using both of John Cena's entrance musics he's used. Nice. Instrumentals as themes and things to base off of, as well as at least one original like musical composition, and a really like what I'm hoping to be is a very clever a cappella break, and hopefully the story you'll like. It is a great story. It is like only a small chunk of John Cena's career. There's too much of it, but if you watched wrestling in 2002 to 2004. And you remember John Cena, you will probably love this.
Okay. Cool. That's up my alley. Yeah, I remember him being popular, and for some odd reason, him in a bodybuilding bikini being a funny thing. Like him just walking around in it with his family. I don't know what was going on. It was John Cena as a teenager, I think.
Oh, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I'm glad you remember that.
Thanks. I have terrible memories.
It seems like you remember things about dudes in bikinis and penises pretty well. So,
you know,
selective memory. What can you say?
Yeah.
Well, this is the Melanated Anime Club. It's been a great time hanging out with you. We're going to be back next week?
I'll be here.
Okay.
I think.
Wow.
I mean, the world doesn't end Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's fair. The world might end. If the world isn't over by then, we will be here next Sunday. It's not going to be a One Piece chapter, so it's on us to actually come up with content. So come up with something. I'm going to do my thing on Brock, my Brock appreciation.
Okay.
All right. And you guys can come up with something you guys want to do. We'll talk about it off the air. For the 2 folks watching, thank you all for being here. We know I probably watched it too. Oh, I also didn't announce this, but we'll be taking our footages that we've been making here. We're making it a podcast. You guys can listen to it on the go, and we'll be chopping this up. Our times of recording may not be as steady as it was, so we may not be Sunday mornings every time anymore. But we will be making content. We'll be doubling down on making more content and getting it to you in a different way. So keep an eye out for that. And thank y'all for joining the Anime Club. If you got it, smoke it. I know I'm gonna. And of course, like always, follow us on Instagram. You'll see it on the next tab. And of course, if you want to donate money to us, please do.
バカみたい子供なのね夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみたい